The podcast we brew, bites and beers just for you. IT on tap, the podcast we brew, bites and beers just for you.
What if I told you that your company's multi-million-dollar security infrastructure could be completely bypassed by a $0 attack? No zero-day exploit, no sophisticated malware, just a convincing email or phone call. It happens every single day. In fact, it might be happening right now while we're recording this podcast. Tonight, we are tackling the uncomfortable question that every company eventually faces. How do you defend against your own people? Welcome to IT on Tap. This is episode 15 and today we will be talking about the human firewall. Welcome, Nick.
Hi, welcome. Thank you, Peter, for this beautiful introduction. The human firewall. We have mentioned it before in our podcast. We have said it multiple times. Peter likes to call it layer 8 of the OSI model.
Nice, thank you. Indeed.
Yeah, when you say something smart, and I will also just give you credit. No? Yeah, the human firewall, Peter. So what are we talking about, or what are we going to say about the human firewall?
I think essentially one of the most important layers you have to defend when you are doing SecOps for a company. You can install all the layers you want to. As I said in the intro, you can spend millions of dollars on email security, on your EDR, on your secure web gateway, DNS security, all those things. But when you don't train your users in being vigilant online, it will be bypassed at a moment.
So why do we feel that the human aspect is the weakest link when it comes to security?
Why? Well, because humans can always be tricked. You can... Look, the way I see it, attackers have eternity to spend on finding the holes in all the layers. Mm-hmm. There are easy ways to bypass your EDR. You can make use of known domains to bypass the email security and DNS security. But in the end, you will always face the obstacle of making a user click on a link. And this is something that attackers are also spending a lot of resources on. How do you get the intention of the user to click on something?
Yeah, I think it's more in I think the cause of it all is in psychology. Mm-hmm. You cannot rush an EDR. You cannot rush a program. It will have a determined logic. It will always follow the same steps to determine something is bad or good. But if you say to a human, hey, I need this document now because the finance director is waiting for it and I need you to send these receipts, or I need you to send this, or I need you to click this link or pay this invoice. And if you're in the rat race of your daily job and it's a stressful period and you see this coming in and the name is correct and at first glance everything seems fine, you click and you're done.
Exactly. Yeah, and even in the way how you said it, you said so many words. You had the I got the feeling that this was urgent and important, and it catches you off guard on some moments, and then you forget to hover on a link or think this through. Is it really? Is this the way to do it? But no, you feel the urgency and you just act on it.
Yeah, it's urgency, authority. I saw an image just now from the cops that send out an email saying like, hey, you're being you need to come in for questioning because you're you are no, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, you are a suspect, because I'm not gonna say for what, because that's not good for the podcast stuff. But it was a really serious offense, and it's just trying to get you like into this like, wait, what's going on here? Like, I need information, so you're more likely to click a link. Even last week, my dad, he is at the blessed age, not the blast age, blessed age of going into retirement. He worked his time, but he got an email from the government, a government instance saying like, hey, your authentication method is, there's something new into your in your file. Not specifying which file, not specifying which instance of the government that is doing it, but the layout that they used was like you get emails from the government with the ICAM, which is like the Belgium identity stuff for the government. And if you wouldn't know better, you might have clicked. But, and this is where the human firewall comes in. My dad being in a company environment for a long time already, having security training, having these phishing attacks happening, he knew where to look for it. I was very proud. This was a very proud moment for me as a son that he came to me like, hey, look, I think this is not correct, but can you verify for me? And I checked, and indeed it was not correct because it felt very weird. And I also told him like, yeah, this is really nice because this is on a moment that you are in kind of that process of processing all those documents and getting that figured out. So it's a really nice, they targeted you really, really well, but it's also nice for you to have that second thought of like, hey, nothing is specified here. They would at least give me some kind of specification instead of like, there's been an update on your file.
In a file.
Yes. And no instance or which instance of the government that has done it like mentioned. So it was a very good spot from him. And it was indeed, because it came through SurveyMonkey, like a domain from SurveyMonkey.
That's a mass mailing.
Yeah, it's a mass mailing program. And if I then opened the URL in a sandbox environment, it was already blocked by SurveyMonkey. So it was definitely already reported as a phishing.
Cool. That's a good thing from SurveyMonkey. But cool. Actually, I have a few stuff in your explanation that triggered me to talk about it now. The last thing, this SurveyMonkey. This is actually something that is being abused a lot in phishing campaigns because a lot of companies are actually using these mass mailing platforms to do mass mailings to the public or the customers. And then they include this domain in their SPF record to authorize these mass mailing platforms to send emails on behalf of the company. But if you don't set it up well enough or restrictive enough, anyone can abuse this domain to actually mail from your domain. And then it becomes harder to spot. It will be a legitimate domain. So yeah, also something to watch out for.
How would you explain this to someone that doesn't know what an SPF record or DKIM record is?
Nice. An SPF record is actually, it's like this. I have a blog post about this actually. It's posted on the IT on Top website. I think it's one of the 2 articles that we published on there right now. I hope I published it. Wow. And otherwise, I will publish it after this this episode, because actually this should be basic knowledge for anyone in IT. But SPF record is with that you tell the world, or you broadcast on the world which IP addresses and which domains are authorized to send emails on behalf of you. Why is this important? Back in the days, we all had our own email servers. All the companies hosted their own email server to send emails from. And then you had to whitelist your IP address to send emails on behalf of you. Right now, it's completely different with everyone going to the cloud, everyone using Microsoft as your email provider. And now everyone has Outlook as their SPF record. But then on top of SPF, we also have DKIM. I hope most people know this already too. But if you don't, DKIM is like the equivalent of putting a stamp on your letter back in the days to seal it. And then when the seal has been broken, you know the letter has been tampered with or someone else read it as well. This is what DKIM does for you. It guarantees that no one else was able to open the letter or seal the letter as that company.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
But we already skipped ahead a little bit to technical stuff, of course.
It's still our podcast. We wouldn't be ourselves.
You wouldn't be you.
Yeah, indeed. No, it was, I guess, 2 years ago, and I really did a deep dive into what is email security all about. And this is actually, it's interesting and very mandatory to know if you want to start your own company or start sending emails from your own domain.
It is very much something, because currently in the current environment, as Peter said, with everybody moving to cloud, M365 is very easy to set up. You don't need to have in-depth IT knowledge, because it's basically following a guide. So
exactly.
But if you follow that guide, you are only protected for maybe 80%, but there is still a big 20% that can be misused and abused. But coming back to the human firewall, and if you are not a technical listener, you might not understand what L8 or layer 8 will mean. You might know like what phishing is from a personal perspective, but I think the non-technical analogy you can make with why are humans the weakest link is like, when you're your home security, you put in state-of-the-art home security system, but then you're like, I will put my key underneath the doormat because you never know when I need to come in.
Yeah, this kind of fail-safes that you put for yourself.
Or you, to give it to an IT thing, is like, well, yeah, I will put in this 30-character password, super complex, nobody can guess it, but you can also not remember it, so you need to write it down on a post-it that you put on the bottom of your desk or whatever to be able to remember it.
Use a password manager. But yeah, indeed. So do you think with that we can conclude on what is the human firewall?
Yes. And then I think we need to see like why more traditional security, because I think human firewall training is a different thing. Like you have traditional security training as it was in the past, like when people did not really see it as.
Okay, let's start with how do you train your human firewall?
Okay, so I think in the past, security training was a little bit of a checkbox exercise.
God, yeah.
Like you come into the company, maybe on your first day, you have onboarding, and there is this guy, security guy, that comes and explains you. And Peter is now cringing because he is that guy.
I am that guy. But I think we approach it from a better angle. But please do continue.
But you know, you have the compliancy thing because it needs to be checked off. So it's this little video or this little 5-10 minute presentation of like, this is how we handle this is how we handle that, this is what you need to look out for. But there is no continuous training. Like, you can do everything right on paper. You can try to check all the boxes that you need to check, and you still get breached. Because
user awareness training is not a one assessment in time that you give your people. You need to continuously train them.
Can we say that knowing is not the same as doing in that fact?
Okay, cool. I like that. Indeed,
you can be aware, you can know, but that doesn't mean you always do the right thing.
It's like driving drunk. You know you're not supposed to, but sometimes some people still do.
Yes, agreed.
No, yeah, indeed. So why do traditional human firewall awareness trainings suck?
Yeah, because also these compliancy things, like compliancy is not something that is continuous. Like from a compliancy perspective, you only need to do it when you get an audit. So most of the time it's once a year.
Yeah, and actually a lot of companies do this once a year, and mostly it's during the month of October because it's the cybersecurity awareness month. And I totally disagree with that movement, let's say, because you don't do cybersecurity for 1 month and then say at the end of the month, now everyone is cyber aware and we can go back to the normal life.
So if we actually build a human firewall, what works for building a human firewall?
Well, you do want to have that first intake with all new personnel about what is security, why do you need to be vigilant on the internet, what do you need to look out for, what are your basic principles that you need to follow at all times. One thing that we still hammer on a lot is creating strong passwords. Don't share your passwords. Use multi-factor authentication everywhere, and then we mainly talk about how to spot phishing attacks, how to read an email address, how to why hovering over a link before clicking it is important, or if you don't trust it but it looks legit, maybe go to the website yourself instead of clicking on the link and trying to find it via the legitimate way.
Yeah, and I think it's also in the small things, like you see some things you're not sure. Being able to make that step, even if it looks silly, or even if it's something completely legit, but you're just like, I don't know, hey, look, I need a second opinion. Can you have a look? And having that safety to open up, wow, that sounds very heavy. But no, to be like, hey, not sure, have a look. Or even, to your IT department, report it. Because sometimes, let's call it's a little bit of shame. Let's say you are an employee, you're working at this company, this email comes in, you click, and it turns out to be malicious. And it's very clearly malicious. Do you feel like everybody will report it? Or from your experience, how much of these phishing things come in by the user reporting it or you catching it afterwards?
Good point. Actually, most of the times when we have a phishing campaign against us, most people do report it. Not everyone, but let's say 10 people received a targeted phishing email. 8 people or at least 6 people will have reported it, and the other ones mostly not. But well, maybe we are not representative. I feel like we have quite a good human firewall right now, because we have focused a lot on, if you do receive a phishing email or something suspicious, report it. And this is still one of the most important things in the human firewall. It's good that you didn't click on the link, but maybe someone else did. So if you spotted this phishing email, please just report it. This way your incident response team can investigate the phishing attack, can fetch all the emails that were sent to users' inboxes, check who clicked on the link, what is behind the link, do we need to reset passwords, do we need to run a scan of our antivirus system, and try to find the threat, contain the threat, remediate the threat, the whole incident response plan then. But without the reporting, this will never start. So that's reporting is key here. Key.
Yes. Also creating that platform that awareness or that tendency of your users, like, hey, if something happens, just report it. Like, if you have something you're not sure, report it. Rather to be safe than sorry. And we will not ridicule you. It's not that we have at the end of the year, like, these are the
wall of shame,
the silliest emails we got from users that thought it was spam, or these are the ones that clicked the most.
No, good one indeed. Don't play the blame game as a SecOps department. Reward the people that do their reporting well, and never blame someone for having clicked on a link. That's a human mistake. Everyone can make those.
Do you feel that like a sort of reward program, champion program is a positive thing?
Yeah, it's gamification. It's awesome. And we see it at our company. People love the game.
To be fair, I have some qualms with the thing? Because we have an ongoing discussion, had ongoing discussion multiple times. Because I feel like they use the data over emails to create better phishing campaigns, and you say that they don't.
They don't.
And we will have this argument back and forth.
But I can prove it to you. They don't. No, okay, they do, but they receive phishing emails from all their customers for analysis, and they use that indeed to train their own system to create better phishing emails. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a lucrative thing. They don't do spear phishing. They don't know what kind of software we work with, or how much we need to reset passwords, or what you're working on the moment. They don't.
Okay, let's, like, I'm not saying, like, this is a discussion I don't want to do on the podcast. So I'm gonna put a pin in this. But the positives about the software that we're using, or the platform that we're using, is one, it's continuous. It's not on a regular basis. It's not like every Thursday of the month you get an email from this platform. No, it's around the things. It is pretty well crafted. With our information or without, I'll keep that in the middle.
Without.
I'll keep it in the middle.
It's without.
Sure. Whatever you say.
The only thing we send to that partner is our email, the email address, and the job title, and that's it. Mm-hmm. All the other things they receive are reports of potentially suspicious, malicious emails.
Okay, I believe you. And then the fact that if you get a phishing email and you catch it, it will give you this little micro training. Yeah. Like this little thing to go through. Not specifically related to the thing, but just like, hey, this little topic. What do you think? Little quiz, like just yay. And then you get the little bar, you get some stars. Yay. You have like ranks because you can go like gold, silver, whatever, like silver, gold, emerald,
platinum, obsidian, all those things. Yeah.
So there's a ranking system. We have a ranking system around the whole company, like every quarter, every year. So you can kind of see like, hey guys, I'm better at this security thing than you are. Mm-hmm. So there's some honor on the line. And some people take it very seriously, I feel like, because there's people in the rankings. There's people getting upset about. So
but I have a very controversial takes about people that are in the top 10 of this list.
Oh, what is the controversial take? That
I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Okay. Does it affect your bonus?
No, I don't think so. Because none of the people in power of my bonus are in the top 10. So.
I see.
Maybe. I don't know. I should revisit it. No.
Are there things that you feel that instead of gamification of phishing attacks is nice, like that's good, do you need to do like real life simulations? Because this is gamification, that's one thing.
Yes and no, because these trainings are mainly focused on email phishing attacks, but there are many other ways you can trick a user into installing malware or something. Think about I found this USB in the parking lot type of social engineering.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant with like real life simulations.
This is something that we tried to do it, and I think every company should do it now and then, but it's very time consuming, and if you're a small SecOps team, it's not feasible to maintain it.
Yeah, but it's also harder if you're pretty well known, so you need like third-party actors to do it.
Oh yeah, what we did was I actually like this initiative. We started the Human Firewall briefing series, and then we invited departments of the company to come and see a talk of us over a lunch break, and there we explained the USB ducky key attack. Yes. And I actually demonstrated it as well. That's what happens if you leave your laptop unlocked, walk away and go to the coffee corner. Any attacker with real malicious intention can insert a USB key, count to 5, pull it out, and they have all your passwords.
Okay, so now that we got to the leave your laptop unlocked, what can happen, Peter? Which disastrous followings can happen?
If you leave your laptop unlocked,
Yes.
you might need to throw a barbecue for all your colleagues.
Exactly. So a couple episodes ago, like during the summer, we were having an episode recorded here, and Peter was having a barbecue actually that evening because he left his computer unlocked. And one of the jokes we have at the company is like, "Yeah, I'm throwing a barbecue. What do you guys want to have?" And he felt responsible, so he actually threw that barbecue. So it was
I actually did. No,
was a
on a
good time.
side note, I also love throwing barbecue, so I didn't mind so much. It was a fun evening.
But yeah. So no, in general, what Peter says, like, yeah, your laptop is unlocked, people can do stuff. So, but other things like, for example, as Peter said, the rubber ducky, it's basically just a USB. So what you can do is you can load the rubber ducky. It can report back to you. Like, you just load the rubber ducky on there. You have it report to you back to you, so you know which people injected into their computer. And you just load up 5 USBs, lay one at the coffee corner in the company, like put one on the parking lot, like just scatter them around somewhere and then see how your people react. If you get all 5 back and no one has put it into their PC to see what's on there, they just put it back. That's a 10 out of 10.
That's a good job.
But when somebody does, and then you also know what the weakness is. Other thing you can do for a real life phishing simulation is you have an outside actor call a user up saying like, "Hey, I'm from the service desk. We have noticed this on your computer. I need you to download this remote control tool, like, I don't know, TeamViewer, whatever, because we need to do this. Like, can you give me the code and see if you can actually gain access that way?"
The typical scam center scam.
Yes, like, "Hey, I'm from Microsoft. We saw a problem with your computer. Can you give me the serial number of your PC, please? Like, can you give me the Windows key?"
It's like, yeah. Oh well, and it still works.
Yes,
and that's crazy. That's
that's the thing about social engineering and phishing. It's hitting a person, like it's throwing out, like it's like literally phishing. You throw out 50 lines with bait, and not every fish is gonna bite. But out of those 50, you only need one to bite to get paid or to have food.
Exactly. That's why I always say phishing is lucrative. You can send it out to 100 people. 99 out of that 100 people can say that your phishing campaign was actually very bad and very obvious. You don't care as an attacker as long as one person clicks on it.
How much does it send out? How much does it cost you to send out
a phishing
1,000 emails?
In what sense?
Just money wise, how much would it cost an attacker compared to to send out 1,000 emails?
0.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
How much would it cost a company that has a user click on an email and they get crypto locked?
Well, it depends on the profit of said company, but lots.
More than 0?
Yes.
There you go.
And
profit
infinity times more than 0.
By the way, disclaimer: we are not pushing people to go and do phishing, because it was just the comparison of it's a very low effort, or it's not low effort because it's like people that are very good at social engineering. It is a skill. It is very psychologically based, and it is if you see some of the DEF CON talks about social engineering and demos about social engineering, it's very, very interesting.
I think at DEF CON they also, I think it's DEF CON or it's Black Hat, but pretty sure it's DEF CON. They also host a contest every year for the best social engineers. It's super cool.
Yes.
And I remember a few years ago, it was, I think Rachel Toback is her name, and she was second in that contest without having any actual cybersecurity knowledge or IT knowledge. She studied psychology.
Yeah, it's just psychology.
That's exactly. That's
Very nice.
and nowadays she created a company out of that, and she does very cool talks and shows about it where she showcases how nowadays social engineering attacks are actually super difficult to spot when it's done in a sophisticated way. And now I'm talking AI aided emails, deep fakes, phishing, voice phishing,
Yes.
all those things.
But that being said, Peter, I think we need a little break from all these human firewalls. I think it's time to have some refreshing beer.
Yeah, the human firewalls need some liquids too.
Some liquids.
To keep the fire burning. Huh?
Exactly.
I'll go fetch them.
Yes.
So you still know what the beer is?
Oh, I definitely do. So today we have a beer with a very peculiar alcohol percentage. It's a beer with an alcohol percentage of 5.3.1.0 percentage. And that's actually pretty specific because it's also the postcode or the postal code of a a city in Belgium, more like, and the city is Egezé in Belgium. It's in a city in Wallonie, and we are drinking the 5310 light and hoppy beer today. It is it's actually made by three friends in Egezé that decided to start their own brewery and have their own beer, and they made this really light and hoppy beer. What can we expect? It is a Belgian IPA, so it is very light, and it's supposed to have a fruity and floral aroma, citrus with some lemon zest and grapefruit.
Grapefruit?
Yes.
Okay.
So I am very, very curious. It would be a little bit of malt sweetness with a hoppy bite. Oh, I can
5310. Yeah, I'm curious.
feel the foam. I can hear the foam.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. I don't know if it's gonna get to the microphone, but if it does, not a bad pour for me. Very simple bottle. Etiquette very nice, very clean. The brasserie is also called, or the brewery is also called La, from the French, La, 5310. And
I think it's pronounced in French, but yeah.
yes, for sure, but my French is not that good. If you want to take a crack at it, be my guest.
La 5310.
Voilà, c'est ça. So this
I
beer,
guess.
let's give it a taste.
Mhm.
Cheers.
Cheers. That is light
Yes,
in taste. Very light.
but not like a Pils.
No.
Because if you would think about a 5%,
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like-
pills like Jupiler,
yeah,
Maas,
Pils, it's
Stella.
not that this hoppy. This would be easy to drink triple in
Yeah,
my taste.
maybe.
Like it's
Mhm.
not as heavy as a triple, but it has the same taste. Like
it might be very similar then to Grimbergen Blond or those kind of beers,
So-
the light triples.
I think it's pretty versatile. It's like when you want to have just one beer, not too much. Like you don't want to have the heavy alcohol percentage, but you don't want to go to the regular Pils kind of
Mhm.
beers. This is a good option. Like it is definitely not that heavy. It's not that it's not hitting you hard, so that's good. But it's also not or for me at least, I don't feel it's the easiest drink. Like it still gives some body.
That's the hop in there.
Yes, so it's definitely hoppy. Actually, the light and hoppy is the perfect description.
Yeah, indeed.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, and according to the ticket, it goes well with a burger.
With a burger, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe something for Brewdog to notice, huh?
Brewdog.
Yeah, Brewdog. Brewdog is this. Well, I got to know it in Brussels Central. There you have Brewdog next to the station, and they have special beers on the menu, and they couple it with special burgers as well. It's a cool experience.
That is very cool. So, guys, if you enjoy a beer and a good burger, Brewdog
Brewdog
Brussels,
it is.
Next to the station. Which station?
Central Station.
Central Station. Yeah, you've heard it here. We also give restaurant recommendations from now on.
Well, not sponsored, guys. Not sponsored. Yeah.
All right. So the beer is out. I think for judgment, we will keep it to the end of the episode with a little recap.
Let's do, because after your first sip, you're not in a position to give a clear rating yet.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So we talked about the human firewall a lot. I think we covered a lot. I think we covered quite some stuff. But let's think about the practical implementation. I am, let's say I'm a small company, small to medium company. What are the 3 things that I can do this week to increase the human firewall?
Get a partnership with a company that does the phishing simulation. Do it. You cannot maintain it yourself. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and it gives so much in return. That's what I think. I would do that as one of the first things. And I think we also said this in one of the previous episodes. If you build a SecOps department, what's the first thing you do? Install EDR and install the human firewall.
Okay, but I'm not a big company. I am like.
You still want to have your EDR and your human firewall.
Of course you want to, but I don't have the money to go to a partner and get that platform.
Okay, in that case, there are some platforms where you can do it yourself. And I think Fished, which is also, I think, a Belgian company, does this or allows you to do it yourself.
Okay, so that's on the phishing part. What about make awareness training for my users, like just making them aware?
I would create like small training packages. Again, explain phishing attacks, explain how to read an email address, explain why you need strong passwords, why you need MFA, why you don't save passwords in a browser, use a password manager, don't click on links in emails unless you really trust them, because let's face it, there are always emails in which you need to click on a link. But yeah, explain all those small little details.
And I think number 1 for me is something that you stated in the episode earlier, is creating a culture where if you're not sure, report.
Yes, indeed.
Don't
reporting.
Click report. Go to your IT department and be like, hey, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I received this email. It seems legit, but it also is a bit weird. Is it a real email? Or what I liked previous week in our company, because little side note, we changed from a security vendor this week. We did a whole migration, and it also gives new agents and pop-ups on the windows, on the laptops of our users. I actually got a lot of people reaching out to me asking, is this normal? This is something I've never seen before. And that's actually, that's an awesome culture.
So you're saying that your security training is blocking our rollouts because people need to authenticate and they get a pop-up and they're like, no, this is not legit.
Yeah. Well, in some kind of way, yeah. No, I don't trust this. But again, difficult one. I believe from my perspective, this is a good reaction. But then they should also check their emails and see the email that we sent them that we are changing from security provider, and these are the new pop-ups you might see.
Yeah, I think small company, if you want to start with the human firewall, give your employees the tools they need. So give them a password manager.
Exactly. Yeah. Give them a way to report the emails.
Yes. Give them a way to report phishing and make it a no blame culture, even if they click.
No, very, very true. Yeah.
Yeah, just make it.
And just for the record, you say small company. How many people would we talk about hypothetically? Because if it's 10 to 50,
something like that. Yes.
Give the training yourself.
Yeah.
Do it in batches of 10. Do one group every week, and in 1 week, in 1 month and a half, you went through the whole user base, and then they all got a training. Do this twice a year, and it's already quite okay.
And then I think when you're talking enterprise, like a champion program would be nice, like having people that are on the floor that are taking these security stuff, like the security, the human firewall, the principle in high regard, and they can train the people around them. Or they can explain to the people around them, because it's seeing that example, or when there is a question that they know they don't need to reach out to IT all the time, but they can reach out to a champion in their department. Like, hey, we have this champion in HR, and John from HR has a question. He's not sure about an email, but he can go to Rose, who is a champion in the HR department, and got a little bit of a closer link to IT, or had more training, or is like more aware. We know that she is more aware of the security training. Go ask her a question.
That's a very good idea, and it's also something we looked at some point, but again, time and resources.
It is champion programs is something you need the right culture for. That's one thing. And speaking from experience in our company, it's a hard sell.
Yeah, we have some departments that would play along pretty easily, but we have a lot of groups of people that are just so difficult to reach.
And then another thing, when it comes to those tools, like phishing simulation tools, or even phishing tools, what matters? Like, which metrics matter? Because you have click rates. You can see how many people clicked. Is that what matters, or is it how long does it take for a user to report a phishing email?
How long does it take to report matters. Obviously, the amount of people clicking the link percentage-wise matters. But
it's not the only metric.
How many people are actually reporting it, and how many people are just ignoring the email? Because that's an important number as well, the unknowns.
Yes.
Who receives the email, doesn't click on it, but also doesn't report it.
Because I think focusing on a metric like who clicks on the email or how many people click on the email is a very tactical approach. It will let you know who is possibly compromised, and it's important. But also knowing how many people did not click or did not click and reported, but also people that did not click and did not report will give you a view on your company culture. And I think that is even more important, because that's what's going to protect you in the end.
Yeah, true. I'd rather have someone click the link in the email and report it than someone not reporting it at all. Even though if they didn't click on it, I would much rather know than not know about this phishing email.
Yeah. And I think if we want to wrap it up a little bit, or conclude it a little bit, is we in the beginning, the question we asked, or the statement you made, was how do you protect your company from your own users or from your own
that
employees?
question has multiple layers right now.
I think the shift is how do you make, because that question you can interpret it a lot of ways, right? Because in the beginning, when you pose that question just like that, without any context, without the conversation we just been having, you would say the users are stupid, we need to protect them from themselves.
I would never call them stupid, but yes.
Because, and that's the mind shift, we need to make security a team sport. You cannot do it alone.
Nope.
We cannot do it alone. We all need to partake.
God, yeah, I like that. It's one of the first sentences I say when I start giving my my security awareness training. Security is a team sport. I am here to make sure that it happens in the most optimal, efficient way, but in the end, we're all in it. And our end users are being the first line of defense against attackers. In practical, it's not really the first line because it's layer 8 and we can stop them at layer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 too. But when I tell this story to the end users, they are the first line of defense and everyone is in it with us.
Do you feel everybody is the perfect human firewall?
No.
Who is the best human firewall for you?
That's a good question. No, I think everyone should be the best human firewall, but everyone has weaknesses as well.
Everybody can be the best human firewall.
Yes.
But I think the best human firewall are the ones that are informed, so that take in account the training that you give, keep it in the back of their mind, that are engaged, they enjoy the phishing tests, and they go through the things, and they are like, oh, I didn't know this, interesting, they're engaged.
Well, you don't have a lot of people like that.
And they feel ownership, because it's their emails that come in, it's their phone that gets a phone call. And when they see like, hey, this is fishy, I don't want to be the one that takes down the company, let me report this.
No, true.
But you cannot have them all, right? You don't have the golden eggs.
And you will always have a certain percentage that do click on links. Always. You can never reduce it to 0. It should be your goal and your objective to reach 0% clicking rate, but you will never ever reach that, and you need to accept that. And then it's part of the SecOps and security team to make sure when someone clicks a link, it doesn't immediately result in ransomware.
Yes.
Because blaming the person that clicks on the link for your ransomware is the worst practice you can do as a company.
It's like having a dog. When you have a dog and when you're training a dog, like if the dog, like you have a young puppy, if the dog pees in the house, it's not the dog's fault.
Nope, the dog doesn't know.
The dog doesn't know. It's the human's fault, because you clearly missed some marks, or somewhere you missed along the way that he needed to pee and you needed to let him out. But he would have told you. He's not just doing that. Like it's training, it's looking at behavior. Actually, it's exactly what the human firewall is. It's training behavior.
Indeed. Changing behavior of humans, and this is the most difficult thing to do. Like installing an EDR isn't so difficult, except your infra team hating on you because you take performance away from servers and stuff. This is easy. This is just a technical thing. But training your users to behave differently on everything they do on their laptop online, that's difficult. And if you can make that behavioral change happen, kudos to you.
Yes, I agree. And I think like, if you have one message to the people that are listening that are not security people, but just regular users or people in IT that are not security minded, or security minded sounds bad, but like evolved in security in a way that they are using it, Like,
Not security aware.
oh, whoa, very woke.
I almost cringed myself.
Yeah, the best thing, like doing these awareness trainings and taking in account and getting these little tidbits of knowledge, it can help you in your professional environment, but it can also help you in your personal environment.
Exactly.
So it will help you because AI is here, phishing is getting better. People are like very inventive. Like I really like, if there is one thing I want to make, I want to give credit to the people that do phishing attacks. They are very inventive.
No, true. And pardon me, phishing attacks became so much more sophisticated with the rise of ChatGPT and LLMs. It's crazy how well drafted an email is now. How well prepared the pretext is, to bring over the sense of urgency. It used to be phishing emails were very easily spotted because of the grammar mistakes and the spelling mistakes, the badly formed sentences. That time is over.
I can go and fish a Chinese company without being able to know one word Mandarin. No, it's a very extreme example, but
that's that's.
But I can do it because an LLM will translate, and okay, maybe it will not be perfect, but it's like it's maybe a bad example indeed, but it's like you don't even need to know the language anymore. You just craft your message, make sure it's good. ChatGPT will translate it for you in every language you want, and you just go. You shoot off your emails, 1,000 emails there, 1,000 emails here, and you see who bites.
Yeah. And again, only one person needs to click it, and this might be your way into a company. So and also I think we already mentioned the word this podcast, but deepfakes.
Yes,
it's crazy. It's crazy scary now. Like for the listeners, deepfakes is, well, you have many forms of deepfakes, but in the terms of social engineering, it's where someone is using a voice changer to imitate the voice of someone you know. It might be your mom, your dad, your child, your partner, your CEO or CFO at work, and they can perfectly imitate someone and then pretend that I'm on a holiday trip and I lost my credit card. Can you please send me money on this account? Okay, so if you want to have some fun, you have an evening where you don't really know what to do, go to 11labs.io. It's a deepfake website, or it's a voice AI website. Don't call them deepfake website. No, they will kill us. True. But what you can do there is you can, I don't know if it's still free to trial. I think it is still. If not, don't shoot me. But you can go there, you can upload like a 30-second clip of your own voice. And you can actually have the LLM, you type in a message, and it's not an LLM, it's a voice generation AI, and it will have that message be spoken in your voice without you even ever saying those words or anything. Yeah, and you will be amazed how accurate it is. Yes. How good it is in copying you. And this is with a 30-second upload. Yes, very, very scary. So if you're not able to trust the authenticity of a voice anymore, how do you prevent these type of social engineering attacks? That is very, very deep. It's a question we've been asking in the community for long now. A few years since it's been a thing. Because I think 11 Labs is from 2022. Yeah, it's been around for a while. That's also why I don't know if it's still free. Yeah, good point. So actually the thing is multi-factor authentication. Yes. It's a good way to phrase it. Ask that person a question that only you and the other person know. Ask a very personal thing. And if they are not able to answer it, hang up the phone. Or if you do receive a call from a strange number and they claim to be a relative, hang up and call them on their real cell phone.
Makes sense.
Do those extra checks. Make sure that, hey, is this person really on holidays in Asia? Maybe they are, but reach out to them. You cannot reach them? Sure, reach out to their parents or their brothers, sisters, other relatives, friends, whatever. But make sure that you have it verified from another source that this person is actually who they're saying.
See, multi-factor authentication is not just annoying push-up.
No, and this was actually
messages.
Because I've read this book a few years ago about cyber jutsu, I think, about the tactics that the shinobi and the ninjas in Hollywood terms applied to secure their fortresses, and multi-factor authentication was actually invented back in those times.
That is very, very interesting.
That is super cool. Yeah, and it was also with secret words that the soldiers needed to say when they wanted to enter their fortress.
Yeah. So from the shinobis to the speakeasies to to the IT world.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's actually it's a cool book. It starts out very cool, very very tangible to what everything they did in their time to make sure they are secure, and the tactics they use to penetrate other fortresses, the ninjas, the shinobi. All the tactics they applied are tactics that we use too in cybersecurity.
That is a very, very nice analogy. And actually, maybe we should put this in another episode. That is actually a really, really nice topic. But
well, we can do. Sure.
Talking about episodes, I think we're about the time that we should wrap up a little bit.
Yeah, we're reaching 1 hour. We can wrap up, and maybe for a change, we can already talk about what we might speak about next episode.
What we will speak about next episode.
We will speak about next episode. Yeah, because we
yeah.
already prepared this.
It's a very controversial thing that we're doing.
Nice one.
And go to the...
we've used the word controversial quite some times now in this episode.
Yes.
But it's because in the next episode we will be talking about controversial takes in IT.
Like, for example, compliancy. Is it making us less secure?
Oh, cool one.
Yes. And other questions, we will definitely post about it. And if you have some controversial takes, let us know.
Yeah. So with this, we will conclude the episode.
Yes. Oh, we still need to review the beer. Like, give it a score.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good point. I gave it an initial score of 3 on 5, which is, for my ratings, actually a good score. I think I will leave it on 3. I like it. It's good. If I'm in a bar where I don't know any of the beers, and this one is on the list, this is a good representative of how I did score it. And will I take it again? Well, if all the other beers are lower than 3, I will definitely take this. It's not bad.
I definitely think it's a good one. Middle of the pack, as you said. Like, it's not a it has just, like, it's easy drinkable. You can go a night on it. Like, it pairs well with food, so you can have it indeed with some food. Like, nothing too heavy or too forward. So it's a very balanced, good beer. So yeah, definitely a good 3 for me as well. Like,
okay,
yeah, and
cool. So how would you rate this podcast?
Yes, how would you rate this podcast? Leave us a rating on your streaming platform. By the way, we are now on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube in our YouTube channel, IT on Tap. And if the Apple Podcasts gods are favorable, we would also be on Apple Podcasts. So definitely try to find us at IT on Tap. If we're not there, we're still in a verification process, so bear with us.
Cool updates. All right, thank you, and see you next month.
And on that note, see you next month for some controversial takes.